What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we back for some more of that Ali Land boxing talk, people. And today we talking Manny Pacquiao news update. Pacquiao on 2019 Mayweather rematch. Well, I was reading a article on, hold on, let me find it. I believe it was Boxing News. Yeah, Boxing News, and it's Boxing News and Views. And they were, one of the fellow YouTube boxing reporters was in Los Angeles, and he was asking Manny Pacquiao some questions. And the question of the 2019 rematch with Mayweather came up. And Manny Pacquiao kind of dodged the question the first time. And the guy asked him again, and he politely dodged it, once again. So, and the guy was just speaking, the article is just speaking on, the focus of Manny Pacquiao now not really being on the Floyd Mayweather rematch, that's the end goal here, I think, for both fighters, as well as the article mentioned. And I mentioned that in countless other videos, that I feel like that's the end goal for Manny Pacquiao at this moment, is to get the rematch so he can be done with the sport of boxing. I don't think he wants to continue for years and years, but I do believe that he wants to be active until he gets at least a rematch and can put up a better performance. Because I think that fight left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth, and kind of leave the sport on a greater note. Even though if he would have left on the Matisse win, it would have been a nice way to bow out of boxing, but it wouldn't have. Put it this way, not in boxing is the one sport where you can be on top and still not be able to bow out gracefully. It's awkward, you know what I'm saying? You could take Mayweather at the moment. He should be on top of the world. There really shouldn't be anything for him to be chasing in the sport of boxing anymore. Yet, with the Pacquiao loss and the way it rubbed fans the wrong way, it's like he even knows now that he can't retire until they fix that. When a boxer is on top, it's you're only on top for a moment in boxing. You're never on top forever, because there's always some young fighter who's going to be coming up behind you. Look at it like this: Michael Jordan has been on top of basketball since 1997. Like, the one name that's synonymous with the game of basketball is Michael Jordan. And in boxing, nobody gets that accolade except for Muhammad Ali. And not to diminish Muhammad Ali's legacy, but the only reason I feel like in boxing he gets that, and he's the only boxer who gets that type of a legacy, is because of his humanitarian work. I think his legend and his legacy exceed boxing. It's not nothing that he did in the sport of boxing made him the human legend that he is. He was one of the best boxers ever. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to, like I said, diminish his legacy in any way, but he didn't get number one status or number one name classification in the sport of boxing because of what he did in boxing. It's more of what he did outside the ring than what he did inside the ring that makes him the name and the and the legend that he ended up being. It wasn't really what he did within the ropes. He changed the world with more than punches. So when you look at boxing, it's the only sport where you can be completely on top, yet you can't retire because it's too easy for somebody to come and take your spot. Uh, like I said, in other sports, it's not that easy. You know, in team sports, it's not that easy. In football, basketball, because you can add one small piece to the team and it become a championship team. Or you can take one small piece away from a team and they totally implode. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Bulls. I hate to keep going back to the Michael Jordan situation, but look at the Bulls. They haven't been, that's my favorite basketball team, but we haven't been able to win since Michael Jordan. We haven't had a consistent winning season, even though we've had numerous uh, considered best players of the time. You know, the latest being Derrick Rose, who was recently shipped out a few years ago. But you know, it's like in other sports, in team sports, you can always just add a piece, a coach, even a trainer, or someone new coming in to manage the whole franchise can turn it around. You know, it can be something that has nothing to do with the players who are actually on the court that turns the team around. Where in boxing, it's all about what the fight. I mean, you can bring in pieces that can help the boxer, but if the boxer's not absorbing it right, then you know everything can hit the fan. Ish can hit the fan real fast. It's not like team sports where if one guy's having a bad night, you know, we just keep him on the bench and you can bring somebody else in to replace him. In boxing, if the boxer is not completely focused 100% on what he's supposed to be accomplishing in that ring, then you got a disaster. And that, you know, it's like I said, it's the only sport where you can be on top. Yeah, your spot is just not solidified. You know, you can quickly be knocked out. You can lose by decision. You know, you can lose by the judges' cards. You can be injured really fast, or you can be replaced really quick. New boxers are coming up every day. You know, for Manny Pacquiao to have the type of longevity he's had in the sport of boxing, it really says a lot about him and his abilities. And you know, I'm saying all this just to say that you know, by him dodging those questions, it really solidifies his focus on the Broner fight. Like he's not trying to look past the Broner fight. You know, he wants to get through this fight and then focus on whatever Mayweather is trying to do as far as a rematch. You know, we have no idea what's even though I'm not really interested in it at all, what's going to happen with the Tishin fight. You know, is it a real boxing fight? Is it just a sparring session against a nobody for Mayweather to make some money and you know get a few rounds in before the Pacquiao fight? We have no idea what Adrien broner is coming to the ring. We have no idea what his situation is with the law. But one thing we do know is Manny Pacquiao is focused on this fight. He's not speaking on a Mayweather rematch until a Mayweather rematch is a signed done deal, which is a good thing, man. We don't want any hiccups on the road to that rematch. You know, I know everybody's clamoring. I'm clamoring. Everybody's wanting to see it happen. Everybody, you know, even though a lot of fans are saying, "Oh man, Mayweather was defended the first time. Ain't no need for it." But those are all Mayweather fans who realize Manny Pacquiao might have actually been injured in the first fight. Now, you know, there was so many rumors going around that he wasn't injured, that it was all faked. And now we're seeing 2-3 years later that you know it's a reemergence of Manny Pacquiao. It's almost like a new Manny Pacquiao. It's not the old Manny Pacquiao, but it's a newer version of Manny Pacquiao. It's an updated, upgraded version of Manny Pacquiao. So Man, these past few weeks surrounding this fight have been extremely interesting, man. With all that, starting with the antics of AB and all the stuff he was saying at the press conference, to Freddie Roach returning, to now Adrien Broner being locked up. You know, with guys coming out of the woodworks to want to fight Manny Pacquiao now. To now, you know, the whole question of the Mayweather fight. You know, it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of spider webs coming off of this fight, man. It's a lot. It's, you know, it's a lot to be built off of one fight. You know, so a lot of people's career could be made off this one fight, man. And the direction that people get to go in conclusion to this one fight. It's gonna be really, really, really interesting. You know, man, it's been a long week. I got a lot of comments to go back and check. I made a list, and I was gonna shout some people out, man, this week, but I'll do it in my next video because I don't want to get up and, you know, waste you guys' time walking around looking for my list. But always leave me a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. You know, we'll be hollering, you know, like I said, hollering at the best comments of the week. I'll shout you guys out in a very soon video. Always check the description box, man, if you need any boxing gear. If you guys want me to cover any topics, man, anything I'm missing during the week, any fighters you guys like, leave their names down below so I can look them up and you know, bring you guys some more targeted content, you know. So if it's a fighter that I'm missing that you like that I haven't covered, just leave them down below, man. I always check these cards wherever they at. They pop up from time to time, man. If you want to go back and catch up on any old boxing news, you know, I'm gonna have some cards over here. There might be a card pop up over here. And at the end of my videos, I always have suggested videos for you guys. They pop up right here and here, you know, so you can check those out. I got a few boxing stories out there right now. You know, I'm trying to see what the reaction is to those to see if I'm gonna do some more. And if you want to subscribe, holler at me right here, man. If you know a homeless person, man, it's very cold outside at this time of year, man. If you got any extras laying around your house, take it out there and give it to them, man. And, you know, talk to them, man. Let them know you care. You know, it's not always their fault that they're in that situation. So just let them know you care. If you ain't got nothing else to talk about, man, just talk about boxing. Tell them about Cardinal Red. We out of here.